I hate this game. It is not what I wanted. Yes, because the entire gaming industry is based around what you want. It is a Batman Arkham copy, but a really awful copy. I guess you're not a real Spider-Man fan.
I want that wall-crawling arachnid prosecuted. I want him strung up by his web. I want Spider-Man!
Our next review is from a user who's definitely not of the PC master race. His name is SonyFan03, which, knowing by the reviews I normally read on the channel, mostly from little kids, so he's probably was born in 2003. I played this game and I really hate it now. I played this game and I really hate it now. So you didn't hate it before. You only hated it a little bit, but now you really hate it. Wow, man. Perfect choice of words. The gameplay is boring and awful compared to the old Spider-Man games on PS2. Now, I don't agree with him, but I will say, guys, the old Spider-Man games, they had a certain amount of charm to them. Like Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. I remember the worst thing about Spider-Man 1 was you couldn't touch the ground. So people were furious that you could not touch the ground. The whole game took place on the rooftops. But then Spider-Man 2 came along and pretty much fixed everything. Honestly, guys, judging by some of these bad reviews, it looks like Peter isn't going to be doing so well, okay? It looks like Peter's not going to be doing so well. So I think it's time to let Mr. Stark, it's time to tell him that Spider-Man's not going to make it, you know? Peter is not going to make it. I don't feel so well, Mr. Stark.
Stark? I don't feel so good.
Our next Metacritic Spider-Man hater boy is named Marvel and DC fan. And what do you know? He gave Spider-Man Ps4 0. Just like everyone else in this goddamn video. This game is just a crappy and not worth to buy. This game is just a crappy and not worth to buy. That entire sentence is crappy and not worth reading. What are you trying to say, Marvel and DC fan? Are you trying to say that you need to go back to school? That's what I'm thinking. I tried it and found it a very boring game. Also, I don't see any difference between this game and the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game. Now, he might have a point there, only because the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was a very good Spider-Man game. But I think this one was a little more hyped up because it's more of like a comic adaptation versus the movie adaptation. And you know, Spider-Man movies and the comics are always different, which is pretty interesting. I mean, I'm a fan of the movies and the comics, so it doesn't really matter to me. If you slap Spider-Man on it, if you slap the web shooter, if you slap the red costume and the jokes, if it has Peter Parker on it, Spider-Man, I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna read it. It's as simple as that. So guys, before I read my last review, before I read the last review for the Spider-Man video, I have to ask you guys, I know this is unrelated, but which of the 3 Spider-Man actors is you guys' favorite? I'm talking out of Tobey Maguire, what was the other guy? What was it? Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland. If you are a Marvel fan and somehow stumbled upon this video in my horrible channel, let me know which of the 3 main Spider-Man actors is your favorite. Our last review is from a user named Edward2. I'm guessing Edward 1 wasn't good enough? Where's Edward 1? Is he with Bella? Is he with Jacob? Is he still at Twilight? Is that where Edward 1 is located? I'm a big fan for Spider-Man and I love him since I was a child, which I agree to. Spider-Man, one of my favorite heroes, is my favorite typical comic book hero ever. As far as American comic heroes, now anime is a whole different story of who my favorite hero is. And I have most Spider-Man games on PS1, 2, and 3. What is this, Tootsie Pop commercial? And I was waiting until release this game since 2016. And I was waiting to try to understand what this means. And I was waiting until release this game. I don't know, man. I don't know, Edward. You might need to ask Bella for some grammar lessons. But now I own the game, and I did not like it at all. And yes, I'm not joking. I am. Most of my videos are a joke. I surprised after I seen the awful graphics. Also, the boss fights are really bad and looks childish. This game looks like a game from 2010. So Edward, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there, Edward. I don't understand. I don't know, guys. I mean, he seems like he's in the middle. He said the game has awful graphics. What's one thing, guys? One thing I've always said on this channel is graphics don't make a video game. If you think graphics makes a video game, you are not a real gamer. End of story. You can leave a thumbs down if you want. You can fight me. Hell, meet me in the alleyway. Meet me on the rooftops so me and Peter can, beat you down. But anyway, the point is graphics don't make a video game. That's just how it is. It never has, and it never will. Well, let me remind you, Edward. Okay, let me remind you, Jacob, and Bella. Let me remind all three of you. All right, Nintendo games graphics have been stuck in 2005 for the last 20 years, and I still love Nintendo. We still buy Nintendo, so obviously graphics don't matter. And so, Peter Parker fans, that about wraps up this video for Spider-Man PS4, Marvel Spider-Man bad reviews. As you can see, the people who wrote these reviews played the game for like 2 minutes. There's just no constructive criticism at all. It's just people mad at Peter. What are you, Thanos? I mean, are you that mad? Did you get the Infinity Gauntlet? I don't understand. But this is exactly why I make this series, guys. This is why I make this bad review series. Because some of the stupidest people on planet Earth should not be allowed to write reviews. Reviews like these ruin game scores for no reason. Subscribe and leave a like on the video for more bad reviews and other cool content I have coming your way. I'm Khaos. Thanks for watching, guys. And this video really hurt me, man, because Spider-Man is one of my favorites. So it's just to see them do my boy Peter like this, to see them do my boy Peter worse than Thanos did him, this is just horrible, man. I'll see you guys in the comments. Stay spectacular. Peace out.